So, would you like to begin?
So we were seeing the M4 and the
Law Rocket.
Haven't we seen those before?
We have. If my memory strikes me, it's not good at the moment, but we've seen Snake with the M4 and the Law Rocket with the Marines.
You're true. So it's something we haven't seen before.
But it's in the hands of very well, to be frank, it's in the hands of one of America's elite fighting units. So
And that is true. So that might make a big difference.
So let's go out and see.
All right.
First to the rifle range, and then to the blast wall. All right, SEALs. Show us what you can do with the M4, and then after that, we're going to go down to the blast range to see what you're going to do with the log. All right? Fire when you're ready. Would you like to begin, or should I?
Go forth.
Well, judging by those shots, they're very well placed, and that's uncommon. That's more common for the SEALs. They're very well trained, and they're excellent marksmen. They train for years.
But we've seen this weapon before with Snake. What exactly is the difference? Is it the angle? Is it the wound? Tell me a bit more about how.
It's probably more about the shooter. You know, these guys train and train and train. In fact, to get into the SEALs, you have to be like the best of the best of the best.
So there is a bit more maneuver going on around here because they can move and shoot. They can.
Unfortunately, we don't have Snake here, so I can't talk for him. But for the SEALs,
yeah, you're true. It's true that once. And agree that weapon is very powerful because you can have 5 different guys surround the enemy and shoot him from all sides. So pretty impressive.
They're very well placed, so that's all you can hope for.
Yeah, pretty impressive, but nothing compared to the Giga Slave. So let's go to the blast wall. Which is ironic because I was unimpressed by the Giga Slave in the first place. And I see the guy cameraman is giggling.
We don't pay him to do that. In fact, we don't pay him at all.
Alright, fire when you're ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
Good! Backspace clear. Rock it out!
What do you think?
That was an impressive boom.
Well, let's just say I can't explain what the mad cold thing is. You know why? Because there's nothing to examine. That whole body is gone. Your chances of surviving that are practically zero.
Yes, so I don't know if the Expendables can counteract this weapon, and if they can, it better be good because that is pretty impressive.
But yeah, well, it's nothing new to me. I've seen it before.
We all seen it before.
Except me, I probably hang out with those people more.
Unless we were doing something else. Yes.
No comment.
No comment.
The Expendables are somewhat unimpressed. The Novesk Rifle Works Diplomat and the RPG-22, a Russian rocket launcher that can also smash through armor.
Alright, so this is going to be a similar test to what Jason put out there just now. Stallone, if that is your name. Expendables, I want you guys to just do what we saw before on 3, 2, 1, fire. So it's similar, but what's unique about this rifle? It's like a even more compact version of the M4, which is a compact by itself M16.
So what does that mean? Does that mean more damage? Does that mean...
Not necessarily. It means that it's more compact, so you can maneuver it easier, which means that the Expendables might be a bit faster on the draw than Seals. But it also means less accuracy when you get further and further out.
Okay,
because of the shorter barrel. So it's good and it's bad.
So yeah, so it's better to have this weapon close range when in a tight space, but if you're in an open battlefield,
right,
you better run away.
Exactly. If you're maneuvering in buildings like we saw earlier, the advantage might be for the Expendables. But anyway, we have another rocket launcher to test, the RPG-22, so let's go to blast off. Unimpressed with the Giga Slave.
Unimpressed with Giga Slave at first.
I heard that quick.
Yes, it was a pretty hilarious clip.
Anyway.
Alright.
Would you like to do the honors?
I sure
Mr.
will.
Historian?
So, Stallone.
If that is his real name. Expendables?
Shoot when you're ready, because we certainly are. 3, 2, 1, fire!
Always love seeing you make the word.
I was stealing the word out of my mouth.
So it's similar to the wall rocket.
It is
in its own
similar.
way. So I guess we'll have to talk about it inside the Fight Club.
Yes, I guess.
For this, I think we've gone with the M4. The reason is it's longer range and it has better accuracy. So Edge M4.
The Navy SEALs get the edge at mid-range with their M4 and Law Rocket combination. Coming up, the Warriors draw their pistols at the gun range. Act of Valor or the Expendables? Who is deadliest?
Achieved from being around them.
Peace and calm, huh? Well, a few minutes later, one of her pigs decided he just didn't want to
Yeah, hold on a
work.
minute. Come on, Hambone. Hold it. Get him. Get him.
Finally, Hambone is back and ready for the grand finale.
Come on, Hambone. That's a boy. Come on, Hambone. Here we go. You ready for that forward somersault now? Come on. Here he goes. There he goes. He's going for the trick. Come on, Hambone. Hambone? What, wait a minute. Hey, wait, he doesn't know it backwards. Hold on to him. He doesn't know it this way. He's going to... Look out. I got him. I got him. I got him. I don't... Oh!
Do you ever say other big actresses didn't start this way?
No, not normally, but if you'd like me to say it, I will.
I'm almost out. I'll be back. You've been back enough. I'll be back. Yippee-ki-yay. Who is next? Rambo?
The battle is drawing nearer at the Fictional Fight Club. Now our contestants put their pistols up to the test. The Expendables fire away with the Beretta 92FS, the Sig Sauer P228, and modified versions of the iconic Colt 45.
Okay, so this is going to be a rather unique test, since the Expendables don't have a standard issue firearm or sidearm.
That's odd.
They've brought... That's what?
That's odd.
Not really, since you're considering that they're all mercenaries and they all tend to pick their own weapons. So what we've got here is a Beretta 92FS, which is the standard issue sidearm of the U.S. military. And we've got a combination of Sig Sauer pistols and Kimber 45. So it's going to be a combination of a 9mm and a 45. 45. And this debate has been raging for 100 years now as to which caliber is better in a handgun. Whereas a 45, you shoot, it has more power to it, it has more stopping power, but you can hold less rounds, whereas a 9mm, you can hold more rounds. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see them both fired at the same time, if I do say so myself.
Alright, so let's go out.
Let's go. Now, I have always been partial to the 45, personally.
And I have no... That's only fired rifle.
Okay. Expendables, you should know the drill by now. 3, 2, 1, fire. That's amazing pistol work right there.
It is. They are very experienced, but the problem here is, how do we find out which bullet came from which gun?
It doesn't matter. All I can see right now is all of those guys are down in a very impressive fashion, and all of the Expendables are still standing.
True, but then we're talking about dummies right there.
Which is what matters at the end of the day. So, very impressive job, and SEALs, what say you?
The Navy SEALs used the Sig Sauer P226.
Okay, so this is the Sig Sauer P226, a standard 9mm for the SEALs, and what's interesting here is, whereas we saw a number of weapons before, this is going to be a regulation issue weapon. So, SEALs, they're your targets. 3, 2, 1, fire.
Well, if you put bullets in the right places, you'll probably kill someone, but it's, then again, it's societal. So.
It does what a sidearm's supposed to do. I have always favored the 45 over the 9mm, but what's interesting is we saw both calibers with both attributes for the Expendables, whereas this was a standard issue, so everyone has the same weapon. Depends on the shooter overall, but let's go back into the Fight Club and see what we got. The edge at short range goes to the Expendables. They have the 45 and the 9mm pistols with the benefits of both, and they were just better shooters. So, edge, Expendables.
The Expendables get the edge at short range. Coming up, the tests conclude at long range.
After a very long day of filming.
So, on the train back from work, there was a woman talking rather loudly about the evils of eating meat and how everyone should become a vegan. I take out this burger and start eating it in front of her. God, her face was a picture. That's to you, Opie.
Way to go. You're a hero in my book.
And you reminded me of the Sleeping Cowboy.
That fucking bullshit movie? God, that actor was horrible.
Back in the Fictional Fight Club, our squads of fighting men are prepared to fire in with their long-range weapons. The SEALs prefer to do their sniping with the DPMS TAC-20, an M16 modified for a 7.62 NATO round.
So this is the TAC-20 on the DPMS.
Yes, so I've heard so much about it, and I wanted to see it in action.
Let's go see it. Look, this hasn't worn his sunglasses for some time in this episode.
Get it?
I wonder where he is. Alright, SEALs, impress us with the TAC-20.